dude is going through some shit. I want to dive in a little bit more about this because I had an update. Apparently, WGA and SAG-AFTRA members they're actually dipping into their retirement funds right now in order to pay for their cost of living based off of the strike going on for so long. This is something that's happening. Economic hardship facing Hollywood's below the line. People are talking about the painters, the prop people, the set deck people, the hair and makeup people. Everybody like below the line are now been tapping into their 401ks, or it's actually part of the motion picture industry pension and health plans. So they're diving in that. They allow it one time through all time to like dive into this and take a percentage out. And the max is $20,000 you can take out of your pension. And people are diving into it. And apparently the minimum or the average, I should say, is about $15,000. But people are taking about $15,000 out of their retirement plans right now. And even like, then there's also like, and that's so many people that are doing it right now, Jacob. It's driving me nuts. They're talking about 44 million is being taken out of these plans right now. $44 million because of the strikes. Over 3,000 people have done this.
X, I see your comment and I kind of understand what you're saying, but I got to tell you, it's not smart because you got to think about it. These people don't have any fucking money right now and they're trying to get through what's happening. Right. And so they're going to pull out of their money. It's their money. They put this away. It's no different than a fucking savings account. We just put a different
it is different. It is different.
It doesn't matter. It's no different. It really is no different than a savings account because it's there 100%. But right now they need it. So take it out and use it. Take your 20,000 if you got 20,000. And here's the thing. Once the strike is over, they'll go back to work and get that shit back real quick. You need it now? Fucking use it. I'm glad they have access to shit like this. We need access to things like this.
You're confused about what you're saying because it actually, if you are not of retirement age, you have to pay 10% tax to the government and 2.5% tax to California state. So you're not only losing the money that you put into your retirement, but you have to pay a shit ton of tax on it. Well, so it's not smart. Maybe it's a necessity, but it's not smart.
Yeah. And that's where I didn't finish, Sabrina. You're right, Sabrina. People that have invested for the retirement can also tap into this, like Sabrina said, but at the cost of a 2.5% penalty and 10% federal penalty. And on top of that, the money will actually be quartered to the federal government as ordinary income. So when you write your taxes off, it's going to be ranked as ordinary income. So there'll also be taxed on top of that too. So that's if you aren't actually invested, you can one time that's hitting you. And then people vested can also without a penalty like that. But again, it's dipping into the retirement fund.
You can't because the unions are strike in California. They're trying to pass a thing like a law.
It's going to Newsom's desk now.
Yeah, if you are striking, that they'll still afford you unemployment, but because you are choosing not to work technically, even though it's not you specifically, like you can't get unemployment. It's people who have filed before the strike started and things like that. That's a different thing. But if you are choosing not to work, like the state doesn't give you aid essentially. Okay. You can get food stamps, but I'm not done. You can get food stamps and other aid, but you can't like get, as much money as you could if you lost work not due to your fault. And then also Racer X, can't they apply for a loan? Sure, but like when you have no money coming in, our requirement for a loan, unfortunately,
I don't have money coming in. You can't get a
all right. Let me just finish what I'm saying. If you have no money coming in, no one's going to approve you a loan to take out a bunch of money because how are you going to prove that you can pay that back? Like that's like it's a basic thing. So it's unfortunate. It's shitty and literally you can't. A lot of people cannot collect unemployment.
They deny people.
Different unions can, but not writers and not actors because they're on strike.
They deny people. Before we go into comments, let me say one more thing. Rachel, go to you first. Before we go into that, I just want to say also is like there are funds. We talked about this in the show before. There's the Entertainment Community Fund. Mm-hmm. They've given out $6.5 million so far to 3,100 people. And there's also the Motion Picture and Television Fund. They're granting up the grants, the $1,500 you can apply based off of your actual earnings. So the union, they're giving grants out for that. And there's also the SAG-AFTRA Foundation, and they're also giving grants out. And like we said before, Ryan Murphy is doing grants too. Ryan Murphy Productions /assist. You worked for them before. So there are people giving grants out like this, and they're helping out. And there have been big celebrities that have given money into these that you can tap into. So if you're in these situations, please tap into them. We will actually list the links in this episode so you can see like there are opportunities like that, but the federal government, if you say you're off because of the strike, they will not grant you unemployment. But yeah, it's going to Gavin. They voted across board. It's going to Gavin Newsom's desk. So now he'll probably ratify it. And if he does, then everybody can actually apply it. But Rachel, what do you think about this situation?
To the point of saying that it's not smart to spend retirement funds and that you should take a loan out instead. You can't think about tomorrow when you can't pay for your housing today. So like people who are taking out of their retirement funds, they're not thinking about 20 years down the road because they're about to be homeless. So that's kind of a more pressing issue than what might happen later down the road. As far as loans go, loans oftentimes have higher interest rates than what you're going to pay for taxes with taking out of the retirement fund. So it's really a very bad idea to take out a loan when you don't have money to pay it back and when the interest rates are going to be higher than the option of taking out of your retirement fund. So just financially, that's a bad plan to take out a loan rather than take out retirement funds.
I mean,
You're right.
I can get a loan right now from First Entertainment Credit Union at 8.9% instead of 12.5%.
And they were also, Sabrina, they were offering
the money away from you as opposed to, like you have to pay that next year when you do your taxes. And if the strike is not fixed, how are you going to get the money to pay that?
It will eventually be fixed, but yes, I know. But there's also a First Entertainment Credit Union who actually work for the actor, they're an actors union, they're another entertainment industry union. They've actually offered loans too, but they're saying like 0% interest for 3 months so that you can get the money now. It's like up to $5,000 to help you right now if you need that money too. So there is that opportunity.
So in LA, $5,000 is not going to cover your rent.
No, it's nothing.
Yes, it's $5.65 a gallon. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
And I just want to say thank you for that clarification, Sabrina and Brian, for finishing what you guys were saying. I've been drinking, but I was under the impression that it was their personal like retirement fund, like it was just their shit they're dipping into. That sucks. I didn't realize it was like the overall
motion picture. Yes, everybody's fun.
If you're of age of retirement, they don't charge you anything. So if you're over 65 or whatever the age of retirement is, then you can take it out. But if you're younger, correct.
Okay.
They also want people that under dive into it too.
That is iffy territory. So, and thank you for the clarification.
I mean, it's just
it's not a great choice.
Yeah, well,
it's not a great choice, but if you're in that situation, Rachel, you're right. You dive into it.
Not wrong either. There's a reason why they're doing that. Yeah. And I don't blame them for it. It just sucks that they're in that position.
I'm just saying, like what Racetrack said, it was not a smart choice, and like for your financial future, it's not.
It's not.
I get it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Racetrack. I clarify. You're right. It was not a smart choice.
Same thing that Rachel said. Though, like if you're going to be living in your car tomorrow, then it's the smartest choice you have. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just it's situational.